What's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story that I've got for you guys, the Dubai Pro. The lineup was released today, and it looks to be a pretty competitive lineup. Some guys that we expected and already knew about, and some guys that we didn't. So let's go through this lineup here. I believe it's about 20 guys for open bodybuilding, competing for $100,000 for first place, $40,000 for second place, and $15,000 for third place. So a lot of prize money on the line. We've talked about this a lot going into the show. Placing third at this show is essentially the equivalent of winning some other show and getting 15 grand. Placing second at this show, not winning, is the equivalent of winning about 3 pro shows in prize money. And $100,000 used to be the prize money at the Olympia maybe 20 years ago for first place. So this is serious, serious money on the line. So you've got Khaled Al-Kazem, Ahmad Al-Rafai, Khalid Anwi, Arso Bashir Muhammad, William Bonac, who we knew was doing this, Nathan Asha, Ali Edward, Arash Eskandari, Ali Hazim, Sibu Sisu Katello is finally back on stage for this show, Alexei Kuznetsov, Mikhail Maslov, Neckzilla a.k.a. Rubiel Mosquera, Surakai Planjame, Ishmael Rodwan, Vilius Sosnovskis, Robin Strand actually jumping in this lineup, and Behrooz Tabani. So a lot of guys that we've seen recently, a lot of guys that have won shows, William Bonac, Nathan Asha, Behrooz Tabani, all coming back for one giant rematch at this show. Rubiel Mosquera, Neckzilla, we haven't really seen any more physique updates from, but I will say I talked to somebody who was over there at Oxygen Gym, and he saw Rubiel, he saw Nathan. This is a reputable guy in the industry, and I was talking to him the other day, and he said, Nathan looks fantastic. He looks really conditioned, really dialed in, just really detailed. But then he said he also saw Neckzilla walking around, and according to him, he said that Rubiel looks like he's 10 weeks out. He said he did not look good. He looked very soft, was what I heard from this dude. And he then sent me a picture of him and Nathan at the gym to kind of prove he was there. So I believe he's telling the truth. So whatever that means, take it with a grain of salt. But he claimed that Rubiel looked very soft, very watery, looked like he was 10 weeks out. But he said Nathan looks super dialed in. And I should also mention that this doesn't stop with this weekend. There's another show next weekend, the Tampa Pro, which Vlad Sukaruchko, who was just runner-up at this past weekend's show, he said he's doing Tampa. And I think that Mo Fooda might also do that show, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So let's do a preview of Dubai. Let's look at what updates we do have of the guys that we know are competing. Let's start with what we do have from Neckzilla. He was posting physique updates a few weeks ago, like actual posing videos, but we haven't seen anything from him in a couple of weeks. And this is the most recent video from about a day ago of him just doing curls. And while you can't really tell what kind of shape he's in, to be fair. He does look really full. He does look really freaky. But to me, just having in the back of my mind that this dude said he saw him in person and he looked really watery, he looked 10 weeks out, this video to me doesn't refute that. Like, yeah, he looks vascular, but he also looks really big, really round, really full. You can't really see any, crazy level of detail. He does kind of look like he's holding some water here. And honestly, it is kind of weird that he was posting like these super impressive updates a few weeks back and then just kind of completely stopped. And I wonder if there is a possibility, I hope not, but I wonder if there is a possibility that he still pulls out of this show. I mean, I've talked about it a million times, but both Arnold Classics and the New York Pro, he was supposed to compete, did not compete. And then here, this show, I'm hearing he looks like he's 10 weeks out. We're not seeing any more physique updates. Is there a chance that he pulls out from this one? I certainly hope not. I certainly want to believe that we're going to see him on stage this weekend. But I will go back and show the last real physique update that we got from Rubiel. This was like the second day of July, so almost a month out from this Dubai show. And this was the last real, showing of his physique that we saw. And this was the very beginning of July. And we haven't seen really anything except for training videos after this update. So I'm curious what you guys think in the comments down below. Is Rubiel still going to do this show? How do you think he's going to look if he does, based on the very limited amount that we've seen from him? And do you think he's a possible winner of this show? Because I think conditioning is going to be very important here. You've got Behrooz, you've got Bonac, you've got Nathan. These aren't guys that mess around when it comes to conditioning. This is not going to be an easy one for Rubiel to just come in and be like, I'm big, I'm freaky, I'm Neckzilla. He's going to have to come in ripped. Nathan, Bonac, Behrooz, these are some of the best bodybuilders on the planet. And next up in the news, before we get to updates from some of the other guys doing Dubai that share this coach, I wanted to say I saw Mo Fooda posted a victory post after the Chicago Pro this past weekend. And I actually didn't know that he was also working with Stefan, Bossofoutlaw. And I think he made that announcement only after the show. I don't think anyone knew about it prior to the show. So Stefan, who obviously is also coaching both Nathan and Bonac for the upcoming Dubai Pro, and coached both Nathan and Bonac to pro wins earlier this season. Also coached, I think one of the most notable things he did was Wesley Vissers winning both Arnold Classics, the UK and the US. I mean, that was a huge transformation for Wesley, and that was because of Bossofoutlaw. He also worked with Martin Fitzwater. So I did think that was noteworthy because Stefan, as a coach, has been having an incredible run with the guys that he's been coaching. So the fact that he's coaching two of the guys that are in this Dubai lineup, and then he also just coached the guy that won the most recent show, Mo Fooda, winning his first ever pro show. His track record is legitimately impressive. So let's look at the latest from William Bonac first. This was just 2 days ago, so about exactly 1 week out from the Dubai Pro. So if you think back about what happened over the past however many months worth of shows, first Bonac beat Behrooz, then Behrooz beat Nathan, and then Nathan beat Bonac. So there's really no telling which one of these guys is going to come out on top at this show. Really anything could happen because they've almost all beaten each other. And I'm interested to see what happens with Bonac at this Dubai show because of the fact that he was just beaten by Nathan, but he also did beat Behrooz. He looks really sharp in this update, and I don't think, the interesting thing is I don't think he was off when he lost to Nathan. He looked about the same or close to it as when he beat Behrooz, but Nathan just looked a lot better than when Behrooz beat Nathan. So it's really going to be interesting to see what happens here because, like I said, I think Bonac looks really sharp in this update. And if he looks about the same or maybe a little bit better as the past 2 times we saw him on stage, can Nathan or Behrooz still beat him? And I think you also have to remember that when he did beat Behrooz, a lot of people were saying they felt that it was a controversial call. So it wasn't super decisive, but he still won. And then he beat Nathan, and a lot of people thought that was close. Or I'm sorry, Nathan beat him, and then a lot of people thought that was close. Now, as for Behrooz Tabani, the most recent update that we saw from Behrooz was on July 14th. So this would be about 2 weeks out from the Dubai Pro. We haven't seen anything much more recent than that. He did post one pose on his story today, but I don't know necessarily that that was actually from today. So 2 weeks out, the most recent update that we have from Behrooz. He looks like, as always, very aesthetic and in phenomenal condition. And I feel like we can expect a very elite version of Behrooz. And again, with these 3 guys, Nathan, Bonac, and Behrooz, it's, it was proven at these past 3 shows that we saw them all go head to head against each other at, that anything can happen amongst these 3 guys. This is a really tough one to predict as far as who's going to come out on top here. I mean, there's a lot of variables. And then as far as Nathan, kind of similar to Neckzilla in the sense that we've really only kind of seen training videos of him, and I think the best update was really the fact that we just saw him on stage at 3 weeks out from the show. This picture of him and Bonac, great picture. This was posted by their coach, Bossofoutlaw. So again, this will be about 3 weeks out from the Dubai Pro that we actually saw him on stage. And we kind of have the eyewitness testimony of the dude that I talked about earlier, who was with Nathan just a day or two ago, and he was just saying how incredible Nathan looked and how he looks really dialed in. So we kind of have that to go on. But this is really my feeling for this Dubai Pro. Is as deep as this lineup looks with 18 guys, you've got these, big names like Neckzilla. I really think it's going to come down to these three guys again. I think this is going to be your top three, including Behrooz, Nathan, and Bonac. And Neckzilla, if he actually competes, will probably be in that mix, top 4. But I really think after seeing this lineup, it's going to come down to these three guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Who do you guys think is going to win the upcoming Dubai Pro? And I'm assuming over the next couple days, we might get some more recent updates from these guys. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification icon, all that good stuff. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power, signing out. All right, guys, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. Also, check out my Instagram at NickStrengthPower. My Facebook page, which is simply Nick Strength and Power. My secondary YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Vlogs, for vlogs and bonus content that you will not see on this channel. And consider subscribing to my third YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Pokemon, which is all things Pokemon and trading card games, completely unrelated to this channel. So if you're into that, give that one a look. And all links to merchandise and social media will be in the description box below. If you guys want a Nick Strength and Power t-shirt, that will be in the Shopify link below. Have a great day.